Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, people will be resurrected on their intentions, mentioned by Ibn Majah. In other words, each person will be treated according to his intention. Aisha radiallahu anha narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, an army was advising in order to attack the Kaaba. When they reached an even plain, all of them were swallowed into the earth. I asked, O Messenger of Allah, how could all of them be swallowed up when among them were those who were merchants and were not part of them? For example, not part of the army. He replied, all of them were swallowed up and they will eventually be resurrected according to their intentions. Mentioned by Bukhari. Anas ibn Malik radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, you left behind some people in Medina. They were with you for whatever distance you covered, whatever money you spent, and whichever valley you traversed. The companions radiallahu ta'ala anhum asked, O Messenger of Allah, how could they be with us when they were in Medina? He replied, they had the intention of joining you, but some valid excuse kept them behind. Mentioned by Abu Dawud. Abdullah ibn Abbas radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates from the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam, who narrates from Allah Jalla Jalaluhu. Allah Jalla Jalaluhu recorded the good and evil deeds. He then explained them as follows. Whoever intends doing a good deed but does not carry it out, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu records it as a complete good deed. But if he intends doing a good deed and carries it out, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu records it as 10 good deeds to 700 good deeds, and even more. Whoever intends doing an evil deed but does not carry it out, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu records it as a good deed. But if he intends doing an evil deed and carries it out, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu records it as one evil deed. Mentioned by Bukhari. Abu Hurairah radiallahu ta'ala anhu narrates that the Messenger of Allah sallallahu alayhi wasallam said, a man said, I will most certainly give something in charity. He went out with his charity and placed it in the hand of a thief. The next morning, people began talking about this incident and said someone gave charity to a thief. The man said, O Allah, all praise is due to you. I will most certainly give something in charity. He went out with his charity and placed it in the hand of a prostitute. The next morning, people began talking about this and said, someone gave charity to a prostitute last night. The man said, O Allah, all praise is due to you. I will most certainly give something in charity. He went out with his charity and placed it in the hand of a rich person. The next morning, people began talking about this and said, someone gave charity to a rich person. The man said, O Allah, all praise is due to you for enabling me to give charity to a thief, a prostitute, and to a rich person. That night he saw a dream in which it was said to him, as for your charity to the thief, perhaps it will enable him to resist from stealing. As for the prostitute, perhaps she will abstain from prostitution. As for the rich person, perhaps he will take a lesson from you and spend from the wealth which Allah Jalla Jalaluhu gave him. Mentioned by Bukhari. Note, Allah Jalla Jalaluhu accepted all three charities because of his sincerity.